headlines of this hour on VTV News. Military restructuring to strengthen national defense. Later on, Ho Chi Minh City seeks to attract talent through recruitment initiative. In our world news, 20 years on, remembering the devastating 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good afternoon. It is currently 3 p.m. local time and you're tuning in to 30 minutes of VTV News. I'm Dylan Lei with the latest updates. Now on Wednesday morning, during the 2024 National Military Political Conference, State President Leung Keung emphasized the military's critical contributions to this year's comprehensive achievements, with the countries expected to meet and surpass all 15 major economic and social targets. The military has excelled in providing strategic advice to the party and state on military and defense matters, responding flexibly to situations, maintaining proactive positions, and ensuring readiness. The state president emphasized that 2025 will be a key year for achieving the goals of the current term and urged the military to follow directives from the party's Central Military Commission. He called for strengthening the military's research and forecasting capabilities to effectively manage all scenarios, enhance national defense, and align strategic planning with military organizational changes. This includes streamlining the force structure to improve efficiency and effectiveness, with attention to ideological, organizational, and policy matters. On Wednesday morning at the 80th National People's Public Security Force Conference, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh recognized the People's Public Security Force contribution and sacrifices, praising their 2024 achievements. Looking ahead to 2025, he outlined several key priorities, including implementing the Party General Secretary's directive to innovate security and public order strategies in alignment with socio-economic development. The Prime Minister emphasized the importance of strengthening collective capabilities, expanding the People's Security Foundation, and building a comprehensive public support system. He stressed the need to keep the party and state fully informed about strategy, security, and the identification of partners, targets, and areas. This approach aims to maintain political stability, support economic development, and ensure social order and safety. The Prime Minister also called for continued efforts to strengthen the image of People's Public Security Officers as individuals dedicated to serving the nation and its people. Vietnam's imports and exports have surged this year, with export turnover nearing $800 billion, 15% higher than last year and nearly 2.5 times the government target. The trade balance remains in surplus at nearly $25 billion, marking the 9th consecutive year of surplus.
This company manufactures wooden flooring for containers and exports to South Korea and Thailand. With international trade recovering and higher container demand, orders have increased by 30%, filling the order book until the middle of next year.
With many orders like this, we must complete documentation proving the origin of raw materials is from Vietnam.
Along with the wood industry, this year has been a breakthrough for Vietnam's agricultural, forestry, and fishery sectors, with turnover surpassing $62 billion, an 18% increase year on year. Exports to China continue to grow, but the U.S. has now become the largest importer of these products.
Enterprises actively engage in promotional activities to build brands for Vietnamese products, including agricultural, forestry, fishery, textiles, footwear, and leather goods.
In 2024, Vietnam's industrial production rebounded strongly, growing over 8%, making it one of the countries to respond fastest to the global recovery in consumer demand.
Businesses are capitalizing on existing FTAs, and this year, Vietnam signed new FTAs with the Middle East.
Global trade is recovering, but challenges remain. Ensuring compliance with product origin regulations and effectively addressing trade remedies will be key to seizing this opportunity.
Vietnam has achieved the highest export growth rate to Singapore, surpassing 32% according to the Vietnamese Trade Office in Singapore. Vietnam is also Singapore's 11th largest trading partner, with bilateral trade in the first 11 months of this year reaching about $21 billion, an increase of nearly 9% compared to the same period last year. Vietnam's key exports to Singapore have grown significantly, particularly in machinery, equipment, mobile phones, and various parts and accessories. Other sectors such as toys, gaming equipment, and sports gear have grown by more than 2.3 times. For the first time, Vietnam's cashew exports have surpassed the $4 billion mark, totaling $4.2 billion this year, according to the General Department of Vietnam Customs. By the end of this year, the export volume of cashew nuts is expected to exceed 700,000 tons, significantly higher than last year's record of 644,000 tons. Traditional markets such as the United States, China, and the Netherlands have shown strong growth this year. Higher export prices have also contributed to this record-breaking export value. While Ho Chi Minh City undergoes administrative restructuring, it has temporarily halted civil servants' recruitment and competitive exam. This pause raises concerns about talent attraction and retention. To address this challenge, the Ho Chi Minh City People's Council passed a Resolution 25 in 2023, introducing preferential policies for recruiting exceptional individuals into the city's political system. The success of these measures in maintaining a capable public workforce remains a key concern for both policymakers and citizens.
Kit is among the first 36 officials selected under Resolution 25. In addition to his salary and allowance, he receives additional support amounting to 3 times the regional minimum wage. Furthermore, his scientific research projects earn him 1% of the allocated budget for each topic.
This is a tremendous motivation for me. Having achieved this position inspires me even more. Over the next 2 years, I am determined to work harder to be worthy of the trust placed in me.
Resolution 25 expands the selection criteria beyond academic achievements and removes age restrictions. Criteria are now categorized into specific standards tailored to each recruitment field.
Resolution 25 introduces a range of specific policies. When implemented consistently across the political system, it addresses previously unmet factors. By applying multiple criteria, new strengths and potential are uncovered.
Resolution 25 of the Ho Chi Minh City People's Council achieves 2 key objectives: optimizing human resources within a streamlined administrative system and encouraging current civil servants to continuously enhance their skills and capabilities.
Participating in Resolution 25 fosters a heightened sense of responsibility and accountability.
The city aims to select a team of current cadres, civil servants, and public employees who possess the necessary qualifications and skills. These individuals will be recognized, rewarded, and retained to enhance their contributions.
Kit plans to double his research output this year. Competent and passionate individuals like him are valued and respected across all fields.
Many users started verifying their social network accounts on Wednesday to ensure uninterrupted online activities following the enforcement of Decree 147. The decree mandates verification with a personal phone number or ID for posting, commenting, live streaming, or sharing content.
As a social media content creator, Min hadn't needed to register her phone number for a long time, but today, she proactively provided it to verify her account.
I verified my TikTok account and can now comment, post, and browse as usual.
Theo, an online seller, opted to authenticate her account using her personal identification number.
I find it reasonable to authenticate accounts using citizen identification, as it makes government control easier.
Under the regulation requiring users under 16 to authenticate their accounts with parent or guardian information, many parents, like Ling, are proactively supporting their children by doing so.
By authenticating my information, I can manage my child's Facebook activities, stay updated, and control their access.
Vietnam has over 300 million social media accounts, of which 20% are still unidentified. These accounts have 3 months to authenticate, but experts recommend doing so now to prevent fraud and the spread of fake news.
Verifying is simple and can be done today to avoid interruptions in using social networks.
After March 25, 2025, unverified accounts can only view content on social networks, not post, comment, live stream, or share.
Before we move on, let's have a look at the exchange rate between the Vietnam dong and some world currencies in today's market. Coming up next on VTV News. Ngọc Linh ginseng boosts Kon Tum's economy ahead of New Year. And later on, palm leaf artistry weaves rural charm into urban life. Welcome back to VTV News Live. Now, Bình Dương, home to approximately 1.2 million workers and the country's second largest workforce, has recently launched numerous initiatives through agencies, organizations, and businesses to support its labor force. Under the motto, workers and laborers are valuable assets and deserve to be cared for with utmost dedication. These efforts prioritize workforce well-being.
This company provides its workers with lunch for just about $2 served in a clean, cool, air-conditioned room like this one.
The company provides a menu in advance for all employees. If the menu doesn't meet their preferences, employees can offer feedback, and the company makes adjustments accordingly.
We prioritize both benefits and a safe working environment. We provide spaces for employees to relax and ensure they have the most comfortable areas.
Job stability is currently the workers' most crucial need. With a workforce of 7,500 employees, the company recognizes that maintaining a steady flow of orders requires competitive costs. While the company must reduce expenses, workers' salaries cannot be cut and in fact must be increased annually. To accomplish this balance, the company has opted to reduce other operational costs, ensuring both consistent orders and growing wages for workers.
To lower costs, the company is focusing on strategies such as localizing the purchase of raw materials and equipment, reducing inventory, and repurposing unused items from discontinued products for new ones.
Over $13.3 million has been allocated for worker welfare programs in preparation for the upcoming Lunar New Year 2025. These ongoing support activities aim to attract and retain skilled, experienced workers, strengthening the local workforce, and contributing to the region's long-term sustainability.
Ngọc Linh ginseng, a highly valued medicinal herb, grows predominantly in the Kon Tum and Quảng Nam provinces. Local authorities and relevant industries are stepping up efforts to support its market access, helping highland communities increase their income as they prepare for a new, prosperous year.
In Kon Tum province, Ngọc Linh ginseng markets and fairs showcasing regional agricultural products and medicinal herbs are held regularly, especially during the year-end season. These events not only attract businesses investing in Ngọc Linh ginseng, but also enable highland communities to showcase their products and increase their income.
Ginseng aged 7 to 8 years is priced at $3,300 to $3,500 US, and for those aged 9 to 10 years, it's above $4,000 USD. There are many households with long-standing ginseng farming traditions, and the older roots offer tremendous value.
Kon plans to establish a national medicinal herb hub by 2025. The province cultivates nearly 3,000 hectares of Ngoc ginseng, primarily in the Tumorong highlands. This region hosts 6 businesses and more than 60 cooperatives and collaborative groups specializing in ginseng and other medicinal herbs.
This ginseng is high value and can help local communities to earn more during Tết.
Through fairs, workshops, and promotional activities, we are boosting the development of medicinal tourism. This has allowed us to attract more investors to the region.
With strengthened promotional programs and market connections for Ngoc ginseng, the Seksadung people have been able to build modern homes, purchase vehicles, and celebrate the new year with joy and prosperity.
Fishermen in Guangxi are celebrating a bountiful north fish season and a significant increase in overall marine catches compared to last year. During the peak of the 2024 north fish harvest, they have caught more than 300 tons of mackerel and 700 tons of tuna, a substantial increase from 2023. The year has proven highly successful for marine catches in Guangxi, with total seafood harvests exceeding 29,000 tons, marking a 107% increase from 2023. To maintain compliance with fishing regulations, the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development has directed the Fisheries Subdepartment to guide local fishermen, captains, and boat owners on accurate catch reporting and avoiding illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing violations. They are also working with the Provincial People's Committee to develop support policies that will help fishermen continue their work at sea with confidence. With the Lunar New Year just a month away, demand for food products is expected to rise by 10 to 15% compared to the previous months. Businesses and farming cooperatives have planned ahead to ensure adequate supply and prevent sudden price increases during the holiday season. Farms began preparing their chickens 5 months in advance to guarantee quality and taste. According to the Department of Livestock Production, there are currently 550 million poultry available for the Tet season. In the final month of the year, 80 million chickens, equivalent to about 1.8 million tons of chicken meat, will be sold on the market. As the year comes to a close, traditional craft villages in Cần Thơ City are ramping up production as they enter their peak season for the Lunar New Year market. These villages specialize in traditional confectionaries, crafting a wide variety of treats that rival imported products in both design and quality. Villagers are working round the clock to meet the high demand for their goods.
As Lunar New Year approaches, Thuận Hưng Rice Paper Village in Cần Thơ City is bustling with activity. Tho's family, along with other households in the village, is working at full speed to produce high-quality rice paper for the market. To meet demand, she has enlisted additional workers to help with production.
Tet is a peak time for sales, with demand soaring. Sometimes there aren't enough rice cakes to meet the demand.
To be honest, it's both challenging and straightforward, but at least I earn more for this holiday.
At this production facility, the atmosphere is livelier than usual. Dozens of workers handle every stage of production, from processing raw materials to packaging finished products, as they prepare to meet the holiday demand.
Previously, we used traditional packaging, but now we've switched to custom-designed packaging to make our products more appealing to consumers. I encourage the workers to collaborate with the factory, working overtime and increasing hours. This not only boosts their income, but also ensures that we have enough products to meet customer demand during the Tet holiday.
Currently, Cần Thơ City is home to around 74 OCOP entities and numerous craft villages that specialize in confectionery production. For the upcoming Lunar New Year, these establishments are enhancing both their production capacity and product quality. Though imported confections offer diverse choices and attractive packaging, traditional treats remain popular in the market.
For many who grew up in the Mekong Delta, childhood games like building palm leaf huts and crafting pinwheels are cherished memories. Now, one woman is bringing these rural traditions to the city, infusing urban life with the spirit of the countryside through her handcrafted palm leaf creations.
In the lively Ninh Kia Wharf area, the small stall of Ngoc continues to capture the attention of many passers-by. With no formal training, she has mastered every step of the process to create these handcrafted items from palm leaves, making her creations appear almost animated.
I love these simple handmade items, so I bought one right away. Usually these things are expensive, but she sells them for just 83 US each. They're so cute and affordable.
It's absolutely amazing. I can't believe that they can do such beautiful work. You know, it's just, people are so talented here.
Despite having a physical disability affecting her legs, Ngoc has remarkable skill and an artistic eye. Her talent enables her to make a living in the bustling urban environment. Though simple, her creations carry the essence of rural life, bringing beauty and authenticity to the city.
The handmade palm leaf hats are incredibly delicate and sold at very reasonable prices, making them accessible to everyone. I think it's a product worth buying.
For over 10 years, Ngoc has sat diligently at her small corner, weaving palm leaf hats with skill. For her, it's not merely a livelihood, it's a source of pure joy and happiness.
Coming up next in our world news. Azerbaijan investigates the fatal plane crash in Kazakhstan. And 20 years on, remembering the devastating 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. Now moving on to our world news, Azerbaijan has declared Thursday a national day of mourning for the 38 victims of the Azerbaijan Airlines Embraer 190 crash in Kazakhstan. Many of the 29 survivors are receiving medical treatment in hospitals. Investigators have recovered the aircraft's black box, which contains crucial flight data that will help determine the cause of the crash. While initial reports suggest the plane changed course due to adverse weather conditions, the exact cause remains under investigation. On December the 25th, Hamas and Israel continued to blame each other for delaying the ceasefire agreement. Hamas released a statement accusing Israel of stalling the agreement by introducing new conditions regarding troop withdrawals, ceasefire terms, prisoners, and refugee returns. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu countered by accusing Hamas of retreating from previous agreements and making negotiations more difficult. The Japanese government is finalizing a record-high budget of 115 trillion yen, or over $732.5 billion for fiscal year 2025. The Japanese cabinet is expected to meet on December the 27th to approve this historic budget. Social welfare spending is set to reach an unprecedented 38.3 trillion yen, or approximately $244 billion, while defense spending may climb to a record 8.5 trillion yen. Meanwhile, tax revenue is expected to hit a historic peak, marking the 6th consecutive year of increases. Memorial services are being held across Asia on December the 26th to commemorate the 230,000 lives lost in the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. 2 decades later, the pain persists, and survivors continue to gather to honor loved ones who perished in the tragedy.
In Banda Aceh, Indonesia, an official ceremony at the Baitur Rahman Mosque marked the beginning of a series of memorials across Asia. A 3-minute siren sounded at the exact time a massive earthquake triggered giant waves on December 26, 2004. Indonesia, the country hardest hit, lost around 130,000 lives. In Thailand, numerous commemorative events also took place.
I am still in shock. It's been 20 years, but I still come here every year. Time has passed so quickly, yet in our minds, it feels like it has dragged on.
On December 26, 2004, a 9.1 magnitude earthquake off the coast of Sumatra, Indonesia, sparked the deadliest tsunami in recorded history. The disaster claimed nearly 26,000 lives across 14 countries, with Indonesia, Sri Lanka, India, and Thailand among the hardest hit nations.
And up next, let's have a look at the weather forecast for Vietnam as well as other locations in the world. And that is all that we have for this hour on VTV News. To rewatch our program, you can visit our website or YouTube channel or download the mobile app VTVgo for more. Thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.